Alright, what's up guys? Today we're gonna do a series of 6 flights. Probably won't get to all 6 flights today, but we're gonna go over all the airplanes that have checklists on them. Currently the ones that have checklists are the Cessna Skyhawk 172 SP, and then and that's with steam gauges, and then there's the G1000 edition of that we're gonna fly as well, that has a full checklist. Also, the DA62 has a full checklist, the DR400, the DA40 TDI, and the TBM 930 or 930. So we're gonna go through. I might go out of order. We'll see how it works. But to start off, we're just gonna do the Cessna 172 Skyhawk, going from St. Bartholomew to however you pronounce that, which this is a really fun one, right on the water. So we'll start out. And I am planning on doing a lot more flights, or streams, I should say. I'd love to have other people join me on the flights. So if you guys have any ideas or things you'd like to do, let me know. I'd love to start organizing that so we can have some flights with multiple people going around. I do want to go to every point of interest on the map, which is a lot, but that's kind of one of my goals. And then some of the highlighted airports, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Do some traveling around like that. Maybe some unrealistic landing challenges. Those are always fun. So yeah, these flights are going to be as accurate as I can make them. Not perfect, so I'll probably mess a couple things up, but we're going to do our best and go exactly by what the checklist tells us to do. And this is very cool. Turn this off real quick. I want to take a look around before we get started. Awesome little airport. Very cool. Although these guys are right in the way here, huh? All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to pop up. I'm going to turn on checklist assist, so it makes it nice and easy. The others I'm going to leave off and pull that checklist up. And eventually I'm going to need ATC, so we'll put it right over here. All right, and I'm going to go through evaluation style.
Aircraft documents. Check.
Good to go.
Parking brake.
Make sure that's set.
Ignition. Off. Avionics switch. Bus 1 and bus 2. Off. Battery switch.
Alright, want that on.
Fuel quantity indicators.
Checked. Guide
Check. Low fuel L and low fuel R annunciators. Off. Avionics switch. Bus 1 and bus 2. On. Avionics cooling fan.
Sure, yeah, I can hear that.
Audible. Avionics switch. Bus 1 and bus 2. Off. Static pressure all source valve. Off. Annunciator panel.
What are we doing? Test.
Test. Fuel selector. Both. Fuel shut-off valve.
Open. I'm pretty sure this is not the way it should be.
Flaps.
We'll find out. If it doesn't start, then we know we got to do something else. Flaps down. Let's throw those down.
Down. Pitot heat.
On, check working. Here's the pitot heat right here.
On check working. Pitot heat.
Pitot heat back off.
Off. Battery switch.
Turn that off.
Off. Elevator trim. Neutral.
Set to neutral. Awesome.
Pre-flight inspection. Complete. Seat belts. Adjust and lock. Electrical equipment. Off. Avionics switch, bus 1 and bus 2. Off. Fuel selector. Both. Fuel shut-off valve. Open.
Awesome. I'm going to get rid of my head just in case. I don't want to get in the way of any of this. Start engine. We'll do evaluation.
Throttle. Open 1/4 inch. Mixture.
Cut
Idle
off.
cutoff. Propeller area.
Clear. Clear prop.
Clear. Battery switch. On. Beacon. On. Mixture.
Make
Rich.
it rich.
Auxiliary fuel pump.
Turn that on. Wait 5 seconds.
On 3 to 5 seconds, then off. Mixture.
Make it lean.
Lean. Feet.
Ready to brake.
Ready to brake. Ignition.
Alright, here we go.
Start. Mixture. Rich when engine starts.
Awesome. After starting engine,
Throttle.
1,000 RPMs. That's about right there. Here's the
Just
RPM.
1,000 RPM. Oil pressure. Check. Alternator. On. Alternator indicator. Off.
No.
Ammeter. Check. Avionics switch. Bus 1 and bus 2. On. Radios. On. Transponder.
Let's change this over to standby.
Standby. Flaps.
Yeah, bring those up.
Up. Heading indicator. Set. Altimeter. Set. Attitude indicator.
Set. Oh, complete.
Set.
Sure. All right, let's go ahead and check our taxi aspect. We're gonna go halfway through this, and then we're gonna announce our taxi.
Taxi light. As required. Landing light.
We want it off for now.
As required. Strobe.
Strobe on.
Navigation lights. On. Parking brake. Release. Brakes.
We're gonna test the brakes.
Test. Rudder. Test. Turn coordinator.
Okay, turn coordinator, heading, and compass. Those are going to be checked while we taxi. So I'm going to throw this up here and make it a little bit smaller for a second. Those are the last two things. Let's pull up ATC and tune the traffic. Announce taxi.
Tango Foxtrot Foxtrot Juliet traffic Cessna November 232 Yankee is taxiing to runway 10.
Oh boy. The sim is running a little slow. Hopefully this works well. So we're going to be going to 10. 10 is in that direction, so we're going to want to go to this side of the runway. So that means 10 is right over there. That's what we announced, so we should do it that way. And actually, I'm going to do some pushback. If you push P, you'll go backwards. Maybe Shift P, let's see. Here we go. And so for these ones right here, go back down. The turn coordinator, basically this ball in here is going to go left or right. We're going to check that. Heading indicator, we're going to make sure that it turns. Right now we're in the right direction, so it looks like it's doing correctly. And then compass, we'll check that's working too. Alright. It's probably good right there. Thank you, ma'am, I think. Okay, now we are set to taxi. I'll go ahead and bring this down for a moment so that we can see where we're going. Turn to the right, nice and sharp.
Check working. Heading indicator. Check working.
I don't like that it does that.
Compass. Check working.
Okay, cool. Those are all checked working. Pulls me away while I'm trying to taxi. Oh, it wants us to go to the other runway? That doesn't make a lot of sense. It's runway 10. Well, I guess we'll do what it says. Oh, it's gonna have us enter the runway and then go to the left. I don't like that. We could have just gone the other way. That's okay. Yeah, the taxi ribbon isn't a very perfect system. As a matter of fact, it's kind of trash. Alright, so here we are here. We're gonna go on to run up. You do the run up just before you get on the runway. Let's check this. Parking brake, evaluation,
Parking
set
brake.
parking brake.
Set. Pilot and passenger seat backs. Most upright position. Seat belts.
These things
Check
you really
secure.
don't have to do anything for.
Flight controls.
Free and clear. I'm just going to move my flight controls.
Free and correct. Flight instruments. Set. Fuel quantity indicators.
Checked.
Check. Mixture. Rich.
Rich.
Fuel selector.
Both.
Autopilot.
Let's see, where's the autopilot at for this one? Let's do autocomplete.
Engage. Flight controls.
Okay. Move against autopilot.
Move against AP. Autopilot. Off. Throttle.
1800. 16. 17. About there's 1800.
Set 1,800 RPM. Magnetos.
Okay, we're gonna check the magnetos. We're gonna go left. Check for 150,
150 RPM max decrease.
which that was not very much at all. Get back. Come to the right. 1,500.
50 RPM max difference.
Or 150.
Magnetos.
50 RPM difference. So they both went down to about 1,700, which is good. Less than 1,700. So
Both.
back to both.
Vacuum gauge. Check. Oil
Alright.
pressure. Check.
Pressure right there
Oil
in the
temperature.
brain.
Check. Ammeter. Check. The nut
Alright.
shader panel. Clear.
Nothing there.
Engine idle.
Bring it back to 650. Which that's pretty much all the way back.
Check 600 to 650 RPM.
There we
Right.
go. 1,000. I don't like that it makes you go back and forth so much. I don't know why we had to cut back to 650. Should have just gone to 1,000 in my opinion.
Adjust 1,000 RPM.
Okay, so we are set for takeoff. Almost set.
Radios.
We want to do this now. Oh. Evaluation.
Avionics.
Set.
NAV/GPS switch. Set. Transponder.
Set to Alt.
On Alt. Autopilot. Off. Elevator trim. Set for takeoff. Flaps.
10
0 to 10
degrees.
degrees. Cabin windows.
Tick item.
Closed and locked. Parking brake.
Release. Okay, now normal takeoff. Awesome. Flap 0 to 10 degrees. At this point, I'm going to take off the checklist assist because I always find that it's just more of a hassle from this point on. So once you take it off, go back out, come back in to where you were, and it'll be tick item only. We have it to 0 to 10. Throttle we're going to do to full, and we're going to do to rich. Annunciator panel, check clear. We'll make sure that it's checked working. 55 knots is when we'll bring it up. 70 to 80 is when we will, or is what we're going to pitch for. And then above 300 feet, we'll take up flaps, what's our altitude right now? Basically at 0, so pretty much once we get to 300, we can bring our flaps up. Okay, now let's announce our departure.
Tango Foxtrot Foxtrot Juliet traffic Cessna November 232
any
Yankee
traffic
taking off
coming.
runway 10 departing straight out.
Don't see anybody, haven't heard from anybody, so we are free to go. We're gonna back taxi to 10. Getting a little excited. See, this would have been the perfect place to do a run up back here. How those roads are so drastic. This is where I would have done it. It's back there behind those yellow lines. Okay. And let's do a short filled takeoff. Okay, so full power. I'm holding on the brakes. We're gonna lift at 55. So I'll be looking down here for 55, and then we're going to do 70 to 80 from then on out. Probably have to take a left-hand turn. Here we go. Airspeed alive. Stay right on these lines. Right about there. Start lifting the nose. And we are off the ground. It's a little choppy right now, isn't it? We need a better graphics card or something, huh? So I'll go ahead and tick these items off now. Initial climb 70 to 80. We're at about 70 right now. I'm going to start trimming so that I have that 70 already set. So I can let go and it'll stay between 70 and 80. I'm letting go. Staying right about there, so that's perfect. Pick item. 300 feet, we can bring flaps up. Old tune approach, request flight following.
Juliana approach Cessna November 232 Yankee.
So we're going in the opposite direction. We need to turn around.
Tango Foxtrot Foxtrot Juliet.
Just watching our GPS right here. I'm not super familiar with the steam gauges. I'll try to figure them out while we fly over there. We're going to acknowledge the squawk code. So they'll do the squawk already for us, which is down here. You'll see it change 7342. Perfect. There's our airplane. That's where we want to go. 29902. We'll want to change that as well. But if we hit acknowledge, he'll just do it for us. So that's a very handy aspect of it. Tick item. En route climb. Airspeed 70 to 85, throttle full, mixture rich. We're doing all of these, so boom, boom, rich, Engine gauges, we'll check those. It's down here, green, green, green. Awesome. Taxi lights and landing lights can come off. We'll turn this. Oh, I think I hit the wrong one. Landing lights off, taxi light off. Mixture, lean above 3,000 feet. Okay, so now let's look up and see where we're going, huh? We'll probably stay about 2,000 feet since we'll be going over the water. We really don't need that much altitude. The more altitude you have, the better chance you can glide to land. So that's one reason you might want to go higher than 2,000 feet, but I'm going to stay at 2,000 for this. Actually, which direction are we flying? Alright. We'll go to 3,000, why not? After all, the mixture says lean above 3,000 feet, so there's a little extra altitude. And look around. Nice. Very beautiful. As you can see, we're trimmed so that we stay 70 to 80. Let's check on that. We should probably trim a little bit more nose high. So here's our trim point right there. And I'm not touching the stick at all, and we should stay around 80. More. I'm gonna go to 3,000. Now we're at 3,000. Breaking through it by about 100 feet. Okay. We are on track. Looks like we gotta go right a little bit. I'm going to try to figure out this autopilot and everything once we get trimmed out to this elevation. We're going to do the mixture. We bring it back until you hear it start to stutter, and then push it forward just a little bit. There it is. Push it forward a bit. Now we should be pretty well leaned. I'm going to trim out. We'll bring the checklist back up. I probably already went through some of the stuff I was supposed to. Mixture, cruise, power 21 to 2,700, 75%. Yeah, it's in between 21 and 2,700. Elevator trim set. I kind of need to go down a little bit, so I'll set that. Mixture lean for altitude, we already did that. Check engine gauges. Check, check, check. Cool. Flight instruments, check. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Okay. Let's get down to 3,000. We got 3, and that'll be the 1,000. Right about there is where we want to be. And I'll start trimming for that. I have to push down a bit, so right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the autopilot, see if we can figure that out real quick. I think we've got that right here. I'm going to do autopilot, heading mode, vertical speed 0, capture altitude. Okay. So heading mode, I think, should capture our heading bug. So I actually shouldn't be doing that. Bring this heading bug over here, and it'll start turning left. As you can see, we're turning left. See the attitude indicator doing that. Matching up with this. Let's see, I might be able to figure out exactly where we need ground speed 114. Direct track 249. So 24. 9 is probably where we should have it, right about there. Oh, did I mess that up? I did. Oopsie daisies. This to 249. There we go. Now it's heading to 249. We should be pretty close to this purple line following that. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna do 2 or 3 more degrees. Looking really well. I think that's the island that we're going to, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and check. Pretty good here. Descent, what we're gonna need to do. As desired, adjust. Altimeter setting, check. Nav GPS set. Fuel selector both. Flaps as required. So those are all things that we're gonna do as we're landing. Most upright position. Seatbelts. So we can kind of check off some of these things as desired. Obviously that's nice and easy, just however we want. Adjust. I'm probably going to put it to full. Altimeter setting, check. Let's go ahead and see if I can find the nearest airport list. St. Bartholomew. I can't remember. Where are we going anyways? Let's check that. We're going to TNCS. So TNCS. Tune right here. Oh wait, actually tune back to that. On this one, let's do... So now it's set to TNCS. I guess there is no automated weather there, as far as I can tell. Yeah, it just says select a runway for landing. So we're heading westbound-ish. Let's select 30. That's what we will do. We're about 8 minutes out. We'll give it some time. That's how far we are. I'm just going to go ahead and adjust my mixture now, putting it to full. Altimeter setting, check. Nav GPS switch, good. Fuel selector on both. Down there it's on both. Flaps as required. We'll worry about that later. Most upright position. Secured and locked. Fuel selector both. Mixture rich. Taxi on. Landing lights on. Autopilot off. Normal landing. Flaps down. We'll go ahead and do this stuff right now. Taxi and landing lights are on. Autopilot, we'll turn that off when we want to, and then we'll move on to normal landing. So we'll have to remember, turn that off first, and then move on to runway 30. Very beautiful out here. So let's see if we can pull up the VFR map and see where this runway is going to be exactly. Here it is here. Oh. Okay, TNCS. So 30. turn right a little bit. So 30 would be going that way. Because here we are. Might have messed up the heading down there. Doesn't seem quite right, but we'll YOLO it. I think I did mess something up on the heading indicator. Let me go ahead and actually see if we can fix it. Maybe there's something on the GPS that tells us what the actual heading is. So we say that we're 250 pretty much. 249. Track 246. Not exactly sure. It's okay, we'll YOLO it. Airport is going to be right there. Let's go ahead and get ATC. We're going to tell them that we are done with them. So we shouldn't have ever gotten off that, but oh well. Cancel flight following.
Juliana approach Cessna 2 to Yankee, cancel flight following. Cessna 2 to Yankee, Juliana approach cancellation received. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
7000. Okay. So let's hit 7. No letting us. Hmm. 7000. Oh well, we'll pretend we did that. We got to kind of move on to the next part. Here's airport list. Let's make sure TNCS. TNCS, yes, that was it. Tune. Select runway for landing. We're going to be landing runway 30. Now it's full stop landing. Now it's position.
Tango November Charlie Sierra traffic. Cessna November 2 Tree 2 to Yankee 7 miles northeast 2,900 feet inbound to land runway 30.
We're going to take our autopilot off. Let's see. Zoom in, please, sir. Not letting me zoom in. Autopilot is off. We're going to slow ourselves down so that we get to the flap speed. We got to be in the white. So that white arc. Let me get over so you can see it. That white arc is right there. We got to be going that slow for it. So I'm going to pitch up actually to slow ourselves down because I have the throttle all the way to idle. I can start bringing those flaps down. All right, we are in the white arc right now. Flaps down. 60 to 70 is going to be our final approach. Touchdown. Okay, so we're good from here on out. Here's the runway. 30 is going to be in that direction. I believe. I think I messed up my heading indicator somehow, but that is okay. And so we're going to do a right traffic on 30. And we're going to come in on the downwind leg. Downwind to base. Downwind to base. So here's the runway right about here, I believe. We're going to come in, around, and in like that. That is the plan. Want to be at about 1,000 feet. Don't want to max out that, so I'm going all the way to idle. We'll announce our position one more time.
Tango November Charlie Sierra traffic, Cessna November 2 tree, 2 Yankee 3 miles northeast, 1,600 feet inbound to land, runway 30.
Okay, I can remember 60 to 70, so I'm going to get rid of this for now. So I have more room to see. Bring this up a little bit. And we're going to go from downwind to base to final. We're below 1,000 feet. Come up a little bit. Got a little distracted. Okay, here's the runway. We'll be about a mile away. 0.9 DME. So we'll start. And now it's downwind leg. That's not so good. We got to come this way a little bit more. It's a little more offset than I was expecting. There we go. Now we can announce downwind leg.
Tango November Charlie Sierra traffic, Cessna November 232 Yankee is on downwind runway 30.
So we came in on the very last part of downwind right here. And once it's at our 45, we can start coming in. I'm gonna let it go just a little further. There it is there.
Tango November Charlie Sierra traffic, Cessna November 232 Yankee is on base runway 30.
On base to final. So
Tango
we went pretty
November
far
Charlie
on that
Sierra
one.
Traffic Cessna November 232 Yankee is on final runway 30 to land.
We want 70 to 60. We're going way too fast, so hold that out. Here we go, 70 to 60, right about here. There we go, 70 to 60. Turn ourselves around. We got a back taxi. We could announce that back taxiing. Here's our turn off right here. Oh, it's a pretty drastic one. Once we get past these yellows, we can. Okay, so now we want to stop for a second. We did that. Touchdown, braking is needed. After landing, flaps are up. Landing light is off. See, I can't see. Landing. But it's not working for me too well. There we go, landing. Taxi lights, we're continuing to taxi. Strobe off. Elevator trim, set back to neutral. Right there. Transponder on standby. Guess I could click this. I'll make it easier. Set transponder to standby. Perfect. Standby is set. Now we can go on to parking, which he's waiting for us. Sorry, buddy. Here we come. Ooh. Okay. We'll go just a little bit further. Let's see. Okay. Parking brake set. Transponder off. Avionics bus 1 and 2 off. Engine idle, 650 RPM. Awesome, which it is. Magnetos. Cutoff test. Boom. There we are. I'm going to continue so that we get the full thing. Wasn't supposed to stop there. Oops, I wasn't supposed to start it either. That's okay. After landing, parking, transponder, magnetos, cutoff test done. Mixture, idle cutoff. That's how you turn it off. Okay, and we are done. There's the first one down. Full checklist all the way from taking off to landing. The traffic pattern was not very pretty. That's okay. I might have to turn down my graphic settings because it did seem like it was struggling a little bit. But not too bad overall. Alright, so let's go back to the main menu. Continue. Let's see, what is the next airplane on the list? So that was the Cessna 172 without the G1000, so steam gauge, which I'm not super familiar with the steam gauges. I mean, I know how to use them, but not entirely. I've never done it in real life, so hopefully that was semi-accurate. I think I did mess up the heading somehow. All right, next up, we're going to do the DA62 from Sirena Station to Punta Banco Airport, MRSN to MRPO. This is really taking a while. Oh, I hadn't hit continue. Maybe that's why. Checklists were pretty good, not too bad. Okay, DA62, let's get it done. I have to change my graphic settings. I feel like it is going a little too slow right now. I guess the streaming aspect is taken from it. If you guys have any ideas on flights you want to do, well, let me know. I'd love to start getting a community together, having some fun flights. Always makes it a lot more fun. DA62, here we go. We'll change the livery, why not? Like that black one. Now, world map. We are going to do MRSN. It's a small little grass airport. We're barely going to be able to take off, so should be exciting. And we are going to go to MRPO. And set that as the arrival. We'll leave everything else standard. That should be good. I do have it on high end. It's not ultra, but it's high end. I'm going to turn it down this time around. See if that gets the stuttering to go away. I do like graphics, but I'd rather have a functional flight simulator, one that's not jumping all over the place. And after this, we're going to do... I'm probably going to have to call it quits after this one for today. Might come on later on tonight or tomorrow morning and do the Robin DR400 from Charles-de-Gaulle. I'm not even going to try. Read the description. That's the one I'm going to do next. And I may do 2 flights tomorrow. I may do all 4. We'll see how it goes. Just stay tuned. Check it out. And this is just to figure out all the checklists to see what they look like. All right, so here we are, ATC. Let's get that out of the way for a minute. And VFR map, close that down. Those are handy ones to have. Pre-flight inspection. Now I am going to change it over to checklist assist. So gotta refresh it. Awesome, evaluation.
Parking brake. Set. Fuel selectors.
On.
Check on. Alternators.
Check both on.
Check both on. Pitot heat. Check off. Engine master. Check both off. Avionics master switch. Check off. Gear selector. Check down. Flap selector. Check up. All electrical equipment. Off. Elect. Master. On. Fuel quantity.
As long as we have about half, we should be just fine. Click here. Get rid of this. We have about half. That's perfect.
Check indication. Elect. Master.
Turn that off.
Control stick.
So this one, we zoom out, you can see control stick, you just kind of move it in a circle.
Free and correct full travel.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Parking brake, evaluation.
Parking brake. Set. Avionics master switch. Check off. Gear selector.
A lot of this is redundant, which
alternators.
I don't agree with.
Check both on. Fuel pump LH/RH. Check off. Elect. Master. On.
All right. Is that done? Yeah, 6 of 7. Let's see, there's one more. What's the one we're missing? Oh, power levels. levers are idle. They are indeed idle. Autocomplete.
Power levers. Idle.
That's why you use a checklist. Make sure you did it all. Alright, we are on the top one, right? There we go. Evaluation.
Strobe lights. ACL. On.
Goes on.
Engine master.
On.
On.
To the left.
Annunciations. Check how engine glow on.
Yep.
Start left button.
Oh, started for 10 seconds max. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Press as required.
There we go.
Engine start. Annunciations / starter. Check off. Annunciations / oil pressure. Check OK. Idle RPM. Check 710 plus or minus 30 RPM. Opposite engine start.
Okay, so that was turn on. Glow, perfect. Press is required to start the engine. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Repeat procedure.
There we go. Beautiful. Now both are on. I'm gonna hurry and actually turn down my quality because it's still skipping a little bit, and I'd rather have it be smooth. Graphics. We have high end. We're just gonna do medium end. Play and save. I don't like it being so skippy. Avionics master. Let's continue on this evaluation.
Avionic master.
Beautiful.
Power levers.
50%. Is that not where you want them, or? It's 50% according to me. Okay, let's do it. Oh, no, it says 39%. Okay. 42, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. There you go. 50% throttle power before the engine temperature is warm enough. Oh my. I'm doing exactly what it says not to do. It's nice to read these down here. So don't use over 50% until the throttle. What am I trying to say? Until the engine temperature is warm enough. So I don't know where it's saying that, but good to know. Okay, cool.
Electrical equipment.
Oh, you know what? I should get rid of my face. Sorry, guys. Probably don't want to see that. Just because there's other things to look at. On as required. Max Master, pitot heat. I mean, sure. No, we don't need pitot heat. But position.
On as required.
I'll turn on
Flight instruments and avionics.
instruments and avionics. Okay. GPS. Okay, flight plan, things of that sort. Flight plan is already in there, so we're good.
Set as required. Strobe lights. Check on.
Yep.
Position lights landing and taxi lights. As required. Trim. Set to T/O position manually.
Take off. Taxi. So now we're going to turn on taxi now that we're going to taxi. Parking brake release. As a matter of fact, we're going to be testing brakes. Check for correct indications. Fuel pump. Fuel selector before takeoff. So we're going to go ahead and announce our taxi right now. Let's grab that.
Mike Romeo Sierra November Traffic Diamond November 232 Yankee is taxiing to runway 21. Parking brake. Release.
Really don't like that. Okay. Let's continue the evaluation.
Brakes. Test on moving off. Flight instrumentation and avionics. Check for correct indications.
Looks good.
Fuel pump LH/RH. Check off. Fuel selector.
Bring it down to crossfeed.
Crossfeed LH/RH. Fuel selector. On LH/RH.
Okay, so now it's going to be the run-up aspect. So we're going to runway 21 and bring this VFR map up too, just to make sure I go to the right spot. So we're already on it pretty much. We're just going to turn around. As a matter of fact, I don't want to one. I actually want the opposite direction. I want runway 3. No, I don't. I want runway 21. What am I thinking? Am I thinking correctly? No, I do want 3. Okay, runway 3. Now it's taxi to runway
Mike
3.
Romeo Sierra November Traffic Diamond November 232 Yankee is taxiing to runway 3.
I want 21. Yeah, let me fix that. They were right in the first place. How dare I?
Mike Romeo Sierra
Everybody's
November
like, what
Traffic
the
Diamond
hell are
November
you doing,
232
buddy?
Yankee is taxiing to runway 21.
Okay, so basically we just have to turn around. There's the runway right there. Oh, it's a stick. There's runway 21 right there. We'll go over this bump before we do it because I don't want to full speed it and hit that bump. Okay, right here is where we're going to do it. All right, let's continue on. Parking brake set.
Parking brake. Set. Longitudinal trim.
Set
T
to
slash
take off.
Fuel selector. Check on LH/RH. Directional
trim, good.
Centered. Flaps.
Set to take off. Oh, check function. So go all the way down. Look outside the window. Make sure they went down. Bring them back up
Flight
to
controls.
take off. Flight controls unrestricted. Move your
Check
stick
on
around.
restricted free movement. Landing light.
Now,
Required.
now we do landing
Parking
light.
brake.
Off.
Release.
Landing light didn't go. Okay, there we go. Normal takeoff, power level max, elevator trim neutral, rudder, maintain directional. I don't know which one we are. Can't click that one, so oh well, we can. 78. We'll do the higher of the two. Really, it's only 2 knots difference, 2 and 3. So we'll do the higher, 78 and 86 if at all possible. And then we'll bring up the landing gear as soon as we can. Okay, so let's do this. I'm just going to go ahead and set the transponder. It's PDR, VFR. Take item.
Transponder.
I'm going to hold the
required.
brakes. And I'm going to actually turn off the assist. From this point on, it just gets in the way. Max power, we will do that. Trim is already neutral, maintain rudder control, and then we'll worry about the rest. Shut this off. Depart straight out.
Mike Romeo Sierra November, traffic Diamond November 232 Yankee taking off runway 21 departing straight out.
Okay, I'm holding the brakes, doing full power, waiting for it to get all the way up, and then we're gonna release and start going down the runway. We're gonna pull up at 76. So we'll be watching right here for 76. Starting to pull up. Nice. Beautiful. Hit that landing gear. Up. Landing gear. Beautiful. Took item. En route climb. Landing gear up. Flaps up. Fuel pump. Check off. Where's the fuel pump? It is off. Airspeed 87. So we can actually increase this. Power levels 95. Let's bring it back a little bit. Item. Take item. Trim as required. So I trimmed it out a little bit already. Awesome. And we're going to move on to trim. And how high are we going to go to? We're going to be going over the ocean, so really 3,000 feet is probably enough. Just coming up really fast. $3,000, there it is right there. Okay, 3,000 set. Let's look back outside. Still going on track. Power level. Trim is required. We'll check all those things. Oh, there's 3,000. Just broke right through it. ATC. I'm gonna pull this back. And here's our direction we need to be heading. Purple line, so I gotta turn left a little bit. And I don't know what the temperature is up here, so I'm just gonna turn de-icing. Where's my de-icing at? Oh, right here. Oh, why not? Hi. Windshield. 3,200. Okay. So let's track over to this purple line. Gotta get back down to 3,000. Flight following.
Central America Center, Diamond November 232 Yankee is type Diamond to 62 4 miles west of Mike Romeo Charlie Echo. Request flight following.
We got 22 nautical miles.
Diamond November 2322 Yankee Central America Center. Squawk 4016.
Oh, they're squawk. They'll do it themselves.
4016 Diamond 2G Yankee.
I'm gonna change my CDI over to
Diamond 22 Yankee radar
GPS, so that we got that.
Romeo Charlie Echo 3,300 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
29.902, which is good right there.
Copy Diamond 2G Yankee.
Gotta slow down a little bit. It's not too bumpy, but we're getting close to the yellow, which is not a big deal. But it means that you're getting closer. If you had like turbulence, you wouldn't want to be there. We can go slightly into the yellow. We don't have anything coming up. Here we are tracking the GPS line right now. So we're going to be good all the way until we reach MRPO. So I'm going to come over here, get MRPO ready. MRPO. Oh, kind of broke through there. So we are heading 120. We'll do a 3-3. Come in and then around. We'll leave that there just so that we're ready. Stay on here. Tracking that. Too low, come back up. Power level as required, airspeed as required. This is an easy one. I'm just gonna make sure I had everything on cruise. Descent. I mean, sure, yeah, as required, easy. After landing. SK for before landing. Landing lights as required. We can turn those off now, actually. Fuel selector, check both. On. Both are on. You know what? Let me turn on autopilot real quick. So I'm not doing this. Flight director. Flight director. Nav mode. And vertical speed, nose up. Autopilot. There we go, now it's going to track. Get up to 3,000. We can do nose up even more. Do 500 feet per second. Per minute, not per second. Okay, now we can move on. Landing lights as required. Fuel selector on both. That is true. Fuel pump on. We'll do that afterwards. Landing, 3 green. Parking brake, check release. We can check that now. It is released. Trim, we'll do that. Airspeed. Flaps is required, as required. I don't really like this one. Final approach speed, 84. Okay. We're still good. Heading, looks like we have 12 nautical miles. We're getting pretty close. 84 KIAS. Flaps to landing. That's all we really need to know. Cancel flight following.
Central America Center, Diamond 22 Yankee, cancel flight following.
Diamond 22 Yankee Central America Center cancellation received. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Squawk 7000. Okay, come over here. We're going to MRPO. Doesn't really hold on to things very well, I feel like. Select runway for landing. We're going to do 3-3. Full stop. Announce position.
Mike Romeo Papa Oscar traffic diamond November 232 Yankee 10 miles west 3,000 feet inbound to land runway tree.
So let's go ahead and look at this on the VFR map. We're going to come in this direction, then we'll do a traffic pattern like this and come up. That should be 3-3 right about there. Close this back out. Getting pretty close, so I'm going to and turn autopilot back off, flight director off, turn our fuel pumps on. Oh, clicking you. Ugh. Not wanting to turn on. There we go. Thank you. Alright, we're gonna have to slow down a little bit. Landing lights is required. Oh, that was landing gear. So let's get that landing gear down. Check for 3 green. There's 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. Now all we have left is 84 flaps to landing. Remember that, so I'm just gonna leave that up. Should be somewhere right over here if I remember correctly. Gonna get down to 1,000 feet. We're gonna do a left traffic. I don't know if that's what it technically is here, but that's what we're going to do. Will be our downwind leg, downwind base, and then final. Oh, here's 1,000 right here. Went through it just a little bit. Okay, we can start doing our flaps. We're in the white arc. So this is going to be a short runway. I hope I can make it. You know, I'm gonna shoot for making it, but oh, going way too slow. Not to stall. Awesome. Okay. I do not see the runway. I believe we are now on downwind leg. We'll just go ahead and say so.
Mike Romeo Papa Oscar traffic diamond November 232 Yankee is on downwind runway tree.
So here's 3-3 right here. Right about here should be good. I don't even see that runway. You know what? We're probably not quite in the pattern yet. Still got a little ways to go. I think it's right behind this frickin' bar right here. No, it should be right next to us. I do not see this runway. Oh, there it is back there. Okay. Saw it. We're going on to base. Oh boy, this is gonna be not so great. Look out, guys. I'm doing some crazy stuff. There it is right there. See that grass? Oh, angle of attack isn't happy with me. Oh, stall. Not angle of attack. Okay. On final.
Romeo Papa Oscar traffic diamond November 232 Yankee is on final runway 33 to live.
Oh boy, guys, I don't know about this. We're gonna try it. Low, low. Give me more. Can't even really see. We got this, we got this. Ooh. Not bad, not bad. I am impressed. That was not a good traffic pattern once again. But we made it. Nobody died. That's always a plus. Let's we'll go ahead and make a call. Pretend we're doing a back taxi, everybody. Going to the taxi area, or the parking area. I was not super confident that I would make that. And it was pretty all over the place. I'll let you know when we're clear of the runway. I don't even know where we're supposed to park here. We'll park next to that house, how about? Sure, why not? So in this case, we'll do both our clear runway.
Mike Romeo Papa Oscar traffic diamond November 232 Yankee is clear of the runway.
Landing, power levels idle, tick item, parking brake set, lights as required. We can turn those off now because we already taxied over here. We were on the runway the whole time. Item, flaps up. Bring those bad boys up. Fuel pump left and right. Turn those off. See, this one really doesn't want to click. There we go. Tick item. Parking. Parking brake is set. Avionics master off. Electric consumers off. Let's see, make sure I did all the electric consumers. Yes, yes, yes. And up there. All of them are off. Item. Engine master. These are the engine masters right here. Off. Anti-collision lights. Off. Electric master. Off. Big item. Interesting. I wonder if I landed in the right spot. 'Cause usually at this point it'll say, "Oh, congratulations, you did a great job." Let's hit this end button and look outside, see where we are. Okay, I think we're done. Did the whole checklist. It was pretty good, not too bad. Definitely wasn't a completely smooth flight, but it worked. A lot of these checklists I feel like are repetitive, or they're, I don't know, a little too confusing to go through, and they don't go in a flow that I like. So that's the only thing that I have against them. But you know, we made it. It was a beautiful flight. I buttered the landing, kind of, sort of. I mean, the landing was good-ish. So, Good days, guys. Good days. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Leave me any comments if there's anything you want to see. Next time, we will be going through the other aircraft. Let me look up what we have next. DR400, then the DA40 TDI, then the Cessna Skyhawk 172 with the G1000, then the TBM 930. And all those should be pretty fun. We'll see you next time, guys. Let me know if there's flights you want to do as a group. I would really like to do that. If you can't tell, I've already said that like 2 or 3 times.